So now we're going to start with the first step in muzzle training. Okay, I've got my own dog Maya here and I'm going to teach her. This part is very important. Good girl, wait for a bit. Okay, this is very important. Never take a muzzle and put it into the dog's nose. See what happens? They don't like it. And very quickly, your whole muzzle training can go for a toss. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take some cheese. I'm going to put it on the inside of the muzzle, as you can see here. And now I'm going to tell her, let her put her nose in. Step 1 is where the dog willingly does it. Be very careful at this time not to do a bit of a shove onto the nose. It can put them off. So she's learned to keep her nosies out. I'll just tilt it. Good girl. And we'll do it again. As long as your dog's muzzle is in the muzzle, praise the dog. As soon as the dog's out, just be a little aloof. Okay, so what? Put the cheese in. I'm not saying anything to the dog. As soon as her nose goes in, good girl. Who's a clever dog? Clever, clever, clever girl. Clever girl. As we keep repeating this, I'm going to put it onto a command. Okay? And you can use any word. I'm going to tell her maybe a word like, put your nose in. Okay? So I might use the word nosy for her. Right? So again, watch. Cheese going in. Maya, in. Good girl. We use the word in. The word doesn't matter. In. Good in. What a good in. What a good in. What a good in. She's a bit of an outie as well. In. Good girl. If your dog does what Maya has done, which is learn to put her nose out and still get to the cheese, all you do is tilt it slightly. Okay? Be generous with the amount of cheese inside. Remember, when the nose is out, I'm talking to you. I'm doing something else. When the nose is in, I have to come alive with a lot of love and praise. What's inside? In. Good girl. In. Good girl. Good girl. What a clever girl. Who is the best girl in the world? You are. Head out. Stop the praise. Then putting the nose in then makes a world of a difference to the dog. So this is step 1. Get to a point where when you say the word in, Mike, come on this side. Well done. Sit. Sit. Good girl. In. Good girl. In. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Slowly. Don't rush muzzle training. The secret is to go slow and steady. Good girl. Good girl. So even if this is her first stage, it's fine. Slowly, she learned to put the nose in to get to the food better. So all I can do is position the food in a way where the nose has to go in. Good girl. Good girl. That includes shifting the cheese from the up to the down point. What a good girl you are. You'll soon get to a point. So here's how you're going to practice this. About every time you have a few seconds spare, go pick up the muzzle, take a dab of cheese or whatever you're using, put it in, do 2-3 reps, go do something else. In a day, aim for about 10 reps. In, I would say 2 days, when you say the word in, you'll find that the dog wears the muzzle. This is just step 1. In. Good girl. Remember, you don't put it on. Make the dog put her nose in. That's very important. And first step, if you get it right, you've started off on the right foot. Okay, so step 1 was where we put a treat inside and the dog put her nose in. Let's go. What's inside? Good girl. Okay, remember again the simple rule that I want you to keep in mind. You don't put the muzzle on, the dog puts her nose in. Step 2 is now where she puts her nose in on command and you give the treat from outside. Okay, good. Ready? In. Good girl. If you have the correct enthusiasm from the dog, what you should see is as she puts her nose in, she actually pushes your hand back. Good girl. And we make it into a game. Ready? Maya, in. Nicely in. Good girl. She should actually be pushing the muzzle. That's what we want. The enthusiasm. Ready? In. Good girl. Well done. So she still gets the treat. Now I know a lot of you at this point are going to say, stop the treat. She knows what to do. Don't make that mistake yet. Go in. Good girl. Good girlie. Well done. And that is as easy as step 2. Step 3 now is going to make this into a game. So we're going to take this outside and show how we make the muzzle a part of the play and do it in any way possible. Step number 3 is where we make it fun, right? Run around the place, do recalls into the muzzle, do your weaving through the legs, your agility. Get the muzzle to be something the dog views as a fun place to go in and just put her head in. Ready? In. Good girl. Make it fun. Don't go, Maya, in. Put the muzzle on. Step number 4 now is where we get the dog to wear the muzzle for longer and longer. Now remember, you don't have to keep feeding, but your voice, your emotions encourage the dog to put her head in for longer. Ready? Maya, come back here so we can see. In. Good. Stay in. Stay in. Stay in. Good. Good. Back here. Ready? Sit. Sit. Wait. Nicely. In. 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 Good. Good. In again. Good. Good. Okay. So just encourage and build it. The food's still in my hand. It's still an encouragement. In. Good. Now in longer. In. Good. Good. Well done. My. In. In. Good. Good. Well done, Maya. And she gets the treat. So now we build into the longer periods of time. You can sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You can sit with this muzzle between your legs or your hands and just get her to do it in. What you should be seeing the correct way is she's actually pushing and pushing for push. In. Maya, in. Good. And wait in. In. Good girl. Stay. In. Come on. In. Good girl. Okay. Practice. It's not going to always go where she does it longer and longer. You might have 1 or 2 long ones, a couple of short ones. As long as she gets the gist, you practice till she's learning to put her head in for longer periods of time. Ready? Ready? Last one. Are we going to go? Ready? And in. Stay. Sit nicely first. Good. In. Stay. Good. Okay. Slowly. Be careful because at this point, if you lose your patience and you shove onto the dog in your hurry to get there, you could actually undo the other levels. Be careful and be patient at this point. In. Good. Very good. More. In. Good. In. Good girl. So you could ask for multiple ones or you could ask for one longer one. Go with your dog's pace. In. Good girl. Once we've got this and she's got her head in for about 10 to 15 seconds, we can then put on the strap and she'll wear it. Here's what we're going to do. She wears the muzzle initially only at fun times, right? When we are having some fun, when we're playing around in the compound, the muzzle can come on. As soon as the fun gets over, take the muzzle off. So what she'll do is she'll learn that this needs to come on before we go out and have any fun. So I could put it on before a fun walk. She loves walks, she loves drives, she loves going for an ice cream. We could put it on and have fun with her for that. So Maya, come, let's do the last stage. Come, ready? We get her to wear it. In. Good. In. Come on, in. Good girl. And then we could eventually put on the strap. Well done, Maya. Good girl.